Hey guys, this is a market update. Obviously a very dark day, not because crypto is down. That really doesn't matter right now. Obviously all my thoughts are with everyone in Ukraine with what's happening. I want to talk about the crypto prices, how we're going to go on from here, what is going to happen over the next few weeks and months. Obviously not anyone knows the macro about what's going on. Just want to talk about crypto, how it's affected and some of the narratives around that. If you are in the crypto space and you're thinking, what am I going to do right now? What's happening in the world actually going to affect things? So look, we had the news obviously come out and, Bitcoin sold off because of that news, obviously expected to do that. Something that was unexpected for me is that I thought Bitcoin was actually going to fall a lot more than this. I thought we were going to break this support right here, and we actually did wick below it. But Bitcoin caught a bid, and I thought we would, be going kind of 32, maybe 31, and really just capitulate. And that actually hasn't happened in Bitcoin. There's a few reasons for this. One of them being that, Bitcoin obviously is a little bit of a flight to safety in the crypto space. So if you are a crypto investor, obviously altcoins are getting absolutely hammered right now. And that's obviously disappointing, because I did put a poll out on my Twitter the other day, asking people, do they own more altcoins or Bitcoin? Now, altcoins can be a lot of things. It can be just Ethereum, which is almost considered really blue chip in the crypto space, right? Which isn't the same as, let's say, something down in the hundreds, right? So obviously, a stable coin can be classed as an altcoin as well, which obviously is, no different to what it was, shouldn't be any different anyway from what it was every other day. However, Bitcoin's what I would consider decent performance right here in the face of just absolutely awful news, is one small positive in this. Now, Bitcoin is not trading like a safe haven asset. Gold is actually up today quite significantly, for gold anyway, a couple of percent. Obviously, other commodities that have potential to have very poor supply and demand characteristics, like oil, obviously palladium and some other minerals that Russia mines and has a lot of control of, they are obviously going through the roof right now. Every other asset is now down. Stocks, obviously a lot of other risk assets, everything in crypto is down because of that. Now, obviously, Bitcoin is going to perform the best in the crypto space because there is a portion of Bitcoin that is actually a safe haven when you're in the crypto space. People are obviously going to gold because gold is a much larger market. It's actually 5 or 6 times bigger than the entire crypto space, just gold, and it's obviously more liquid. And a lot of investment managers that aren't even thinking about crypto, obviously that is just a very old school way of doing things. So actually, I want to come to this, which is SBF. Actually posted this, and he was talking about this as well, about he would actually expect Bitcoin to go up in these times, because we can say Bitcoin is made for this, and it is, but it's just not there yet, right? It's not a globally recognized worldwide asset that has that mass adoption. It will do in time, I believe, but for right now, it's not that way. So what we can really learn from this is that Bitcoin has a very small part of it that is a safe haven or a flight to safety within the crypto space. But for the most part, Bitcoin is a risk-on asset. It's a risky asset, and it trades like a stock. And really, the marginal buyer of Bitcoin are retail investors. And that means that during tough times, when equities are down, you have potentially long-term investors, and FBS is saying this. He's saying there are a lot, and he obviously knows, right? He owns an exchange, so he knows exactly who's trading and why. And he obviously says that there are 2 types of people in the world. You have fundamental investors. That is what I consider myself as, a fundamental investor. And so I'm not trading this news, and I don't want to trade this news. I think the idea of trying to make money or thinking selfishly to make money in this situation is absolutely not something I want to do. But then you have algorithm followers. And the market is actually controlled a lot in the short term by algorithms and short-term traders. And so what's happening here is that, we see that Bitcoin and crypto essentially has a correlation with the NASDAQ, and the NASDAQ is getting sold off because that's, those assets are, not as solid as, oil producers and things like that. So what you're seeing is essentially a battle now between long-term investors who actually see Bitcoin as some sort of savior, because you can hold your keys and take custody of your money, and then the algorithms and speculators and everything that's pushing it around. around. Now, Bitcoin for me, we were at this price, or actually below this price about a month ago. So to say that Bitcoin is doing terribly is just objectively not correct. Obviously, we're seeing a huge sell-off right here. We hit a bottom, and now we're testing that again with even worse news. The problem, of course, is altcoins. Now, altcoins, like I say always, altcoins are high beta, okay? So they're much more volatile than the market that we would measure them against, which would be maybe the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ or even Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes down, not only do altcoins go down further, but not only do altcoins go down, they go down further. And this is because they are more speculative. There's only one asset here that is potentially going to be the world reserve currency and a safe haven asset, and that is Bitcoin and not altcoins, okay? Now, you can have a lot of people on Twitter, and there are a lot of people that say certain things about certain projects, saying, we are amazing and everything like that. But just understand 100% that all of these assets right here are speculative. Now, that's what they are right now. They have the potential to be something else, and with very hard tokenomics can act like stores of value. But right now, these are speculative because the networks are small and growing, and they aren't, for example, an oil producer that has set revenues in a set market that everyone knows what their sales are, and they know for a fact now that they're going to be making more money. So please understand that this is volatile, and this is just what happens to highly, speculative risk assets during uncertain times. So this is expected. Now, the real big question is, where do we go from here? I thought that crypto would actually be much worse than it is right now. It's taken a haircut today of 13%. Is it not going to go further? So really, we're down to now macroeconomics, geopolitics, and I'm not going to comment on those because it's just far too complex for me. We would suspect, though, that there's a lot of repercussions going on now in a lot of different areas in terms of the world economy, supply chains, oil and gas, different lines being drawn in terms of different nations. And so this is a very uncertain time. And one thing I can definitely give you with all my years, trading, is that during uncertain times, risk assets do not perform well. Okay, that's just what it is. So take that for what it is. I can't predict prices. We have a low right here around 30,000, which I said in the private Discord groups. You can check out the Discord below. This is the last ditch support for Bitcoin. We're not near that yet, but over the next few weeks, we really don't know whether things are going to get progressively worse, or this is going to be a very unfortunate event over the short term, and that's kind of it. We don't know that. There's a lot of speculation around. I want to leave you with this as well. This is, again, possibly speculation. I can't verify this, but it says that potentially, Russia would seize retail deposits if sanctions go too far. Again, I don't know if this is right. Basically, the bank said it denied that it would do this. There's fun and games here. But if you want to take custody of your money in a digital world, Bitcoin is the only asset that lets you do that. You can store your coins on a decentralized wallet that no one else can control. You can store your wealth in your head if you use Bitcoin. Bitcoin is completely decentralized. The coins are always on the blockchain. No one can take them from you. As long as you can remember 12 words, you can take your entire wealth with you using Bitcoin. You can't seize Bitcoin, and during the worst of times, which is when you need something like that, it can help you. This is why Bitcoin is where it is and why so many people own it. It's because it is one of the most important technologies they've ever invented. You can take your wealth with you in Bitcoin, and even possibly now with other chains, possibly Ethereum, or even just the US dollar, something like USDC, holding its peg at $1. You can take that with an Ethereum wallet in your head as well. Crypto is the most important invention ever in times like this. Check out the Discord. I'll link it below if you want to come and chat further, and I'll see you in the next one.